Keisha. Welcome back to Michaela's World. I'm back with another book review. It's Right Your Girl on it. I'm reading. Because I'm smart, right? No one can control. So this book that I'm reviewing today is a book that I've been working on for a long time. I don't even remember when I ordered the book. It's probably embarrassing when I got it because I started it, I stopped it, I started it, I stopped it, and then I started it all over again, and I finished it just before the new year. I'll insert a picture. Y'all will see me in the airport with this book because I finished it about 10:30 or so. So yeah, claps for me, guys. Claps for me. I know that this is like kind of sidebar, but I just want to say this. Like, I'm making these videos to inspire people to read and to do the things that they love to do, even though it might not be that popular in your group, like in your, like in your space. It might not be something that everybody's doing. Reading does take time, especially if you're not like a super reader. So I'm not a super reader. So you do have to plan it out and make sure that you're like kind of reading the book at least the majority of the week and try to get through it. So I've been setting goals to, make sure that I'm actually getting my reading in and being logical with it and making sure I'm taking notes and stuff so I can give you guys the best review that I possibly can. So if you appreciate it, just give me a little thumbs up, a like, a share. Please subscribe because I really want to grow this channel. I've been wanting to do YouTube for a very, very long time, and I started and I stopped and I stopped and I start. But now I am going to continue to stay focused because this is not just for me. This is for inspirational purposes and because reading is what? Fundamental. This book was, suggested to me by my mentor. Shout out to you. You know who you are. You watch this video. She told me about this book a couple years ago and I got it. I bought it. And like I said, stuff happens. I was reading it in the gym. That's why it fell apart when I used to work out. It was published in 2000. So this book is 21 years old as of now, and it is relevant, okay? It is written by Miss Debrena Jackson Gandy. I want to make sure when people be having two last names, you need to say them. So Debrena Jackson Gandy, she has also written other books that are similar, like self-help type books to just get you back in the flow or to get you in the flow if you've never been in the flow. So that I appreciate. And the title of this book is All the Joy That You Can Stand, okay? Like all of it, all the joy you can stand. It's 101 power principles. What does she say? For making joy real in your life. And it's not a lie. All of these principles are needed. I would say in a nutshell that these tidbits of information, because they are broken down like 1 through 101. You can look through the table of contents, even if you want to just flip through and, just randomly read them or whatever. They're to like cultivate honesty, health, and peace. That would be like the theme in general, I would say. Was the book good or bad? Would I recommend it? I would definitely recommend it, and I would say that this is a good book. I'm looking at my notes, guys. So, I would say it's an excellent book. Although it is geared to women, I believe that anybody could read this book. Man, woman, non-binary, anybody could read this book and get some good information and just reminders. Even if you are on your path of like self-discovery, it's always good to have something positive in your pocket, in your purse, in your bag, in your book bag or something that you can pick up and just remind yourself, okay, these are the things that you have to continuously do so that you can stay in the flow of positivity and growth in your life. Who's this book for? Like I said, it's for anybody. If you are like trying to stay in optimal health, wealth, abundance, all of that good stuff, this is a good book to do so. I feel like she's taking these real life stories, things that she's experienced, people around her have experienced, things that she knows to be true, and she's just laying it out in a real sister girl type of way. Come on, sis, get your life. Basically, get your life. 101 ways you can get your life. I am recommending this book to men because if you want to know what a woman needs to be optimal, if you want to understand the things that kind of shape an optimal woman, then this book would help you with that. And it would also help you when you're dating or in your relationships, because these are some things that you can see that women struggle with or work towards or should be working towards. And you can kind of see, is this person lining up with these lifestyle choices or changes, or would they be open to them? So this is a good book for you to read so you can understand, and it's a book that you could give as a gift if they don't understand. And I just feel like, really, honestly, anybody could benefit from this read. I read these type of books because I understand that, honestly, self-work is really the greatest work that you can do. Your business won't thrive if you're not good with yourself. Your love, your relationships, everything stems from you as a base. So this is one of those base books. Read this book if you need base reminders or base work done. It's a base workbook. Is this an easy read? Absolutely. I don't think anything in this book is something that will go over the average person's head. If you can read, you should read this book. If you like self-help, positivity type, content, or if you just like the idea of having like little chunks of messages, then absolutely pick up this book. It's on Amazon. I'll leave the link. What did I learn? I would say that I learned a lot. It was a lot of different tidbits, and I'm going to share a few of them with you in just a moment. However, if you are looking for any type of confirmation, motivation, or affirmation for your spiritual, mental, physical growth, this book will kind of give you a good scale to see where you are, where you want to be, some ideas to kind of like get your mind thinking and jogging, get your spirit awakened. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna share some of my favorites in just a minute. Once again, this book is 21 years old, and there's nothing in here that can't stand the test of time, honestly. This book is packed with gems, but I did pull out a few. I'm not going to read them all in order because one of my favorite ones I'm going to put to the very end. So the first one is number 21, Principle 21, which is adjust your attitude. Basically, she's summarizing, I'm summarizing what she's saying, is that the attitude is a state of mind and heart. And, the heart, not life, is a mentality. It's not to say that you're not going through hardships or that your life has maybe not always been favorable. However, like it starts in the mind, then it seeps into your heart, and then it becomes a reality. If you can control your attitudes about things and your mindset about things, then your life can reflect a different outcome. Once again, I'm gonna look down at my notes because I wrote these notes, so I'm gonna use them. This one is principle number 30. Purge and cleanse. So the body isn't meant to harbor sadness, anger, grief, or resentment. Leasing, the word leasing means to use or occupy in exchange for rent. To release is to set free from confinement. And a lot of times we are leasing ourselves, our souls, our bodies, our minds to things that are just not good for us. And this principle is talking about letting that stuff go, because we're carrying around things from the beginning of our lives sometimes. She's even talking about, in this sense, like maybe getting a colon cleanse or, just doing a detox, because sometimes we're carrying around waste and things that we ingested from babies, kids with us. And if you still have these things inside of you, then it's hard for you to break habits that are hurting you. And I can totally agree with this. And she also mentions that, all hell tends to break loose when you're trying to do better. So if you are in a purge and cleanse process, just kind of look forward to that and accept that and handle it to the best of your ability. And I think this book can kind of equip you to do that. You have to face the very thing you need to extract before it exits. And these are like paraphrasing quotes that I should probably be. Long story short, I got this stuff from the book. It's all on you, Miss Gandy. Jackson Gandy. Another one is number 32. Principle 32 is body esteem. The messaging that I received aligns with the messaging that she said she received, which is that your flesh is weak, it's sinful, it's corrupt. Pleasure is cardinal, lustful, when really the body is a gift, and all of the things that the body can experience is a gift. Of course, you need to have balance and some type of what is the word? Just kind of like you need to be in control and have some respect for yourself. But to say that your flesh is like the least of you is to kind of negate a big part of you. While this is a vehicle and you are a spirit having a human experience, this body is relevant, baby. And we need to do more to show it some love, you know? It says, if the love is low, it will show. That was in my notes. Don't remember if that was my words or hers, but let's just give it up to Black women in general, because we did that. My next tidbit was number 46. Principle 46 is face your fears. What you deny and avoid becomes more real instead of going away. And that is a direct quote. Time is wasted trying to avoid fears. So it just makes sense for you to just go ahead and face them. Facing your fears can be a tough thing, but doing this self-work, reading things like this book, making sure that you're around positive people, and understanding your why will help you get through the fear process. Believe me, I know a little bit about that. I'm gonna keep this one simple just because it's not that simple. She goes into more depth in the book, of course. Principle 49 is suspending judgment. And this is about cultivating unconditional love, because a lot of times if you really, really are honest with yourself, a lot of our situations are conditional. There's no leeway for things to not be what you want them to be. Like, we're compromising and stuff, but like, are we really in the flow of unconditional love? So yeah, suspending judgment, because judgment is only a byproduct of conditional love. And we can't have that for ourselves or for others if we really want to be in the flow of abundance, love, and prosperity. That's just a fact. Last but not least is my very favorite. I had to go skip back a little bit for this one. It's principle 42. Call your spirit back. And I'm going to read directly from the book, the things that I highlighted here. I wrote down the word engagement. There's a question in the beginning. It says, how do you know if you have spiritual energy that needs to be called back or retrieved? The answer is, you have feelings of anger, hurt, jealousy, resentment, guilt, pain about someone or something that was or is in your life. Book, all the pages that fell out of it, Lord. Because I had it in the sauna when I was reading it like the second or third time. So hold on a second. All right, so since I'm reading from the book, y'all bear with me because I'm not going to keep starting and stopping. Principle 42. I think one of the reasons we feel tired and worn out so often is that we're involved and engaged in activities, relationships, jobs, and interactions that deplete our spiritual energy instead of renewing and replenishing it. We are involved and engaged in activities and relationships and jobs and interactions that do not bring us joy. This is a fact. More things that I highlighted. No one can take your peace or power unless you surrender it. Calling your spirit back is about reclaiming the peace and power that you've surrendered, and we've all done it. The more situations and relationships you have in your life in which your spirit is still entangled, the less spiritual energy you have available to you right now in present time for creating and living the life that you desire and deserve. Entanglement. We know that 2020, we learned about entanglement, Jada, in August. So that's the thing. Call it back. Where's your spirit? If it's out there in the world, hey, I'm gonna need you to come on back. That is actually this is why it's my favorite, because it really hit me. And it's like my daily affirmation is to make sure that I'm pulling my spirit back into me, because we do have all these interactions and things that we have to do and engage ourselves in the world. And you don't know sometimes how much you're spreading yourself out or dispersing your energy. Come on back home. Come back to mama, because I need you. I need you. I can share you, but I need you. Miss Jackson Gandy goes on to say, without your spiritual energy, you cannot bring about the change you want in your life. You do not have the fuel for manifesting your dreams or realizing your goal. Without your spiritual energy, your spirit suffers from malnutrition. When you call your spirit back, you cut these umbilical cords. First, you have to acknowledge the individuals or situations with whom you still have your energy negatively entangled with. You establish a place to choose from. You elevate your awareness to a place that enables you to become more conscious instead of unconscious to the effect that someone or something may have on you. You tell your truth about what is so. Then you can choose to allow love, compassion, mercy, grace, and forgiveness to replace the unhealthy feelings and negative emotions. You choose to let go. I mean, if that ain't enough, I mean, that's a whole book right there. And that's just one of the 101 principles. So, like I'm saying, just all in all, this is a great read. It did take me some time to read it just because my mind has been all over the place. I'm going to always keep this in my library. I'll probably buy another one because I ruined this one. But totally recommend. And I also recommend it. I recommend it for men. I would say for sure. Of course, women, because that's who it's geared to. But let's give it to the younger women. Let's give it to like teenagers so that they can start to, set boundaries for themselves and understand that these are principles that need to be taught early on so that they're not these big monumental things that you got to work through as an adult. So that just gave me an idea. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this review up. This review was All the Joy You Can Stand by Miss Debrena Jackson Gandy. Link is below. And if you've read this book, let me know. If you are interested or you want more details or you want to just chat with me about it, we can talk about it in the comments. But other than that, that's the end of this review. And happy reading, people, because this year I'm going to at least have read 24 books. That is my goal, and I'm sticking to it. Peace.
Thank you for your support. I really want to grow this channel and keep people interested in reading and analyzing media from our standpoint. So many blessings to you.